Okay, I fastened it so it won't come off, and I'm going to fold it like this, but I'm not going to sew it this way because I want some space here. I want it to be like this. I want the back to be like this instead of like this. You can, I mean, if you think that this is kind of hassle, quite a hassle, and you just stitch up here and you have a back, and you just stitch up here. But I'm gonna make something different here. I made something like this, so I'm gonna sew it here, so it will be kind of like there's some space here before I sew up the part here. So let me show you how I'm going to do this piece here. So I'm going to use the same yarn, or you can use the black yarn, it's up to you. You're gonna make a knot. This is just my habit of making a knot. I'm gonna chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excuse me. I'm gonna chain 6, and I'm going to go to the second stitch from the hook. This is the hook. This is the first stitch. This is the second stitch. You go to the second stitch and you do single crochet. So you should have 5 single crochet. After these 5 single crochet, you're gonna turn the work. I'm gonna go to this first stitch here. I'm not gonna chain 1, I'm just going to go straight to this first stitch here and do single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 single crochet. Once you have this, and you're gonna turn your work. This time round I'm gonna skip this first stitch. I skip this stitch and I do single crochet in the next 4 stitch. The earlier row I have 5, so now I have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochet. Now the following row, you go back to this first stitch here and do 4 single crochet. 1, 2, 3 and 4. You turn your work. This time I'm gonna skip this and go to the next stitch, so which means now I should have only 3 single crochet. Then again, turn your work and you go back to this first stitch and do 3 single crochet. Then you turn your work. You're gonna skip 1 and you're gonna do 2 single crochet. Turn your work and do 2 single crochet. And now gonna skip this one and just do one single crochet, and you turn your work and do one single crochet. Oops. And you have this. And here, oops, this part here, you just cut the yarn, depending which side you want as the front. I think this side is better. So if you want this side as the front, then you hide your yarn here at the back. Just put it through all this. And you have extra here, you can just cut it away. Same goes for this. Just hide it along. So all this extra, you just cut it away. And this is the back, the side of the back. This is optional. If you do not want to do this, it's okay. And then we go back to this back. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. So this is the middle part. This 2 is the middle part. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, this 2 is the middle part. So it should be here. I mean, if you want, you can add a marker here just to remind yourself. This is the starting point. Oops. Push this to the inside because I want this to be the front. I'm gonna start to sew from here and then here. But I should sew from the top here, but I want the bottom part to hold its space, hold its place first. And let me see, maybe I can just do this. This one should last until here. You should not go, oops, how did this come here? This should be until here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 stitches here. So this one should be here. And then I'm gonna sew it like this. So let's see where I should start sewing. Maybe here, all the way, and then here. Then you have to determine where is the, it should be here at this, the point should be on the second bubble here. So I should start sewing like this, and the top here I'm gonna sew it this way. And let me see, I can also start from the top, start from here, sew until here and go all the way here. Yeah, I think it's safer to start from the top here in case it goes a bit out of place. I let me get some yarn. Not sure how long. Let me see, because maybe there might be holes that you would like to cover up and you have extra. Okay, first I'm going to make sure I stitch this part first. Oh, sorry. If you like this cat, it's in the earlier pose. If you like this cotton flower and this flower, this is iris. It's also in the earlier pose. Do check it out. I think it's safer to start from the top here. You make sure you fold this into two, and this part here goes to this part here. You check and see if this is the, oh, should be this one, I guess. Yep. So I would just tie a knot first and hide the rest inside the bag for the time being. I'm going to sew this way. And let me see. Let me do one more stitch here. Oh. Okay, here. And you're going to go to the next stitch and sew it this way. Then it will look pretty nice. You have the sides like this. And here, make sure it's on the second bubble before I attach this. There, like this. One more stitch. As I put through this and this, two from here and two from here. This one just hide it inside. And bring this up. So which means now I should sew here. Instead of to the opposite side, I should sew here to the tip of this triangle. Oops. Limited space. I should have a bigger table. Whoops. Like this. And now you sew from here to this triangle piece. And here I already add the marker, so you won't go wrong. You go this way and you stitch all the way back here and you stop here. And you do the same to the other side. So you're gonna look like this, and this one later you're gonna sew this side to here. Now it still look like it's a big hole. No worry, it will seal. seal up and become a lovely bag. And I want this effect. So I'll come back to you once I have both sides fastened nicely. I'm gonna sew until here, like this. So one glance, you won't be able to see that the back it's not flat. You know, it's kind of like this. Have some space, like a handbag. Okay, you can actually hold your bag like this, or you can make a strap like this and sew it here to make it look like a mini handbag. I think this would be cute. And one more thing, inside here I sew a bag like this, a hand sew. Here I make sure there's some space over here too, because you have space at the side, but here is kind of narrow. So once you place it in, you just stitch around here like this, hide all this inside. Just stitch around here and you have extra space inside here. You have extra space inside here instead of just a square, you know, the rectangle back inside. So that's why I make this extra space. It's your choice. You can actually make a rectangle back and place it inside. Then you just stitch all around it. I am not gonna add zip this time. I am going to add one of these. These are magnetic lock. It's kind of heavy and it's magnetic. See, so one of it I will sew it here and the other one here. Not too high because you need pressure to open the bag. I will sew it somewhere near this plastic canvas so that when you want to open your bag with force, this helps, this plastic canvas. So I'm gonna sew it somewhere down here like this. So actually I wanted to do something like this. I was thinking like, since the side is like this, you know, like a handbag, so I thought why not just add this and turn it into a cute handbag. Okay, let me show you how I do this. It's exactly the same, it's just that it's more narrow. So all you're gonna do is, I'm going to chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you go to the second stitch from the hook. This is the hook, this is the first stitch, this is the second stitch, and you start to do your single crochet. So you should have 5 single crochet. And you turn your work, go to this first stitch here, you do a single crochet, and the next stitch you do a single crochet only on the front loop. Then the middle one here is a single crochet on both loops. then it is a single crochet on the front loop only, and then single crochet on both loops. Then you're gonna turn your work. The first one you're gonna do single crochet. The second stitch you're going to do, where is it? Oh, here. Do the double crochet cluster or double crochet two together. So you have 3 on your hook and you put through all 3. The middle part here you're going to do a single crochet, and again another double crochet together here. Oops. And the last stitch is always a single crochet, and then you have the bubble here, exactly like the main bag. So your back strap and the back is exactly the same. That would be lovely. And again, same thing, single crochet on the back front loop, sorry, then single crochet on the front loop, and single crochet in the last stitch. Turn your work, and again we're gonna build that block here. Oops. So how many blocks you need to build, that is up to you, how long you want your back strap to be. Well, I would say it should not be very long because it's a small bag. So mine, I did, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I did 18 parts, 18 of this bubble, and the last row is always a single crochet because we have a single crochet here. So you make sure the last row is also a single crochet, so that we can use this single crochet and sew it onto the back. I'm going to sew it here. There are 5 bubbles here. I'm gonna make sure it's in the middle here, like this middle bubble, and just sew it this way, and one more here. And I've checked, the length is just nice. It's not too long or too short, because if it's too short and this will be like this, it curls, the curves doesn't look nice. It has to be a bit of a length. You have to have a bit of a length like this. So it's a cute little, should I call it a purse? No. A cute little handbag. Yeah, isn't that lovely? So here you can actually add a zip, or if you want to put 2 of these, you can put one on the left, one on the right, but I want to put one just right in the middle like this. So I'll come back to you once I have all this done. I'll show you later how I'm going to, I think I'm going to sew the back strap first before I sew this, in case I need to hide some of the yarn, some of the parts that I do not want to be seen. Then I can make this higher, slightly higher, to cover it up. Okay, so let me get the back strap done, and I'll come back to you. Okay, I've come to the length that I want. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 of this block, and the last row should be a just single crochet, 1 single crochet in every stitch. All on both loops. And once you're done here, just chain 1 and pull tight and leave a bit of a tail for sewing. So this is the 2 strap. I'm going to sew it here like this part here, sew it on this one, this block. Let this block become the guidance, because this is the middle and this side is the guidance over here. So you have something like this. Okay, for beginners, this is how I'm going to sew it. Somewhere here, I guess. And you can put it straight here. Oops. So you won't be able to see so much of the stitches. Go in here, make sure you go in here. Actually, you should stitch all around here so that it's more stable. This bottom row here is just to mark the way, like this should be the spot. Then I follow back this single crochet here, and this time you come up here, the top part here. So we're gonna sew around here so that it will stick better. I mean, it's more stable. And hopefully when you sew, follow the lines here so that you will notice there's a stitch there. Make it look as if there's that single crochet. I hope. It's a bit difficult because I'm using a different color yarn, so you can see one line here, but anyway, here also you can see different line colors, so partially it should be okay. And then you make 1 stitch here, and then you try and hide your stitch and see if you can. There, it's not that noticeable. Just kind of cover up here by this single crochet, and that's how I sew this side. And you carry on and sew this side and the other side, and then I'll add the lining, back lining. Okay, I fasten all this 2 parts here. Isn't that cute? Now to sew this part, you place this back lining inside here and just sew around here. Hide all this extra yarn, knots and all. So let me get a needle. Okay, let me just show you. I can start just about anywhere. Let me just start here. It's easier to hold. Okay, here you can just make 1 stitch on the back. Just grab the front where it will not affect the back here. Or that's the front of the back. And then you just sew 1 stitch here. 1 tiny stitch here. Oops. This is what happens when you are trying to avoid the camera. Oops. Okay, when you pull this, you won't be able to see the stitches. So you just make one stitch on the back, make one stitch on the back, and one stitch on the back lining, like this. I prefer to hand sew because I'm able to hide the stitches. If you machine sew, and there'll be a line of yarn, a line of thread here, right? Up to you if you do not mind. I do mind. I want it to be perfect, or near perfect. So this time round, I'm not going to add a zip. I'm going to add a lock. I'm going to use this type of magnetic lock. It's actually magnetic. Oosh, it's kind of difficult to open at times because it's magnetic. So that's why when I stitch it here, at this black spot here, I will try my level best to make it go through this plastic frame, this plastic canvas, if I can. Because when you're using thread, you can poke it all the way through here, and when you pull, I don't think you can see the stitches. When you stitch this onto the plastic canvas, and when you open your back, it's how you call it, it kind of gives it strength. If you just sew it onto the cloth, you pull, it might be a bit difficult. So I would suggest that you sew it onto, you can actually poke it all the way through here, all the way through here, because when you pull, you won't be able to see the stitches because this thread is so thin. Or you can go get a black yarn, just to, just in case. You get a black yarn, make sure when you poke into all this in between here. So when you pull, the thread is kind of hidden. So I'll come back to you once I have this nicely fastened. The back is ready. Isn't that lovely? This is how the side looks like. There's a small little bag, just enough for my handphone and a little bit of stuff for dinner. So instead of a clutch bag, I've changed it into a handbag. I think it looks way better this way. And one more thing, I add zip instead of the magnetic lock, because the magnetic lock is not strong enough to hold the bag together. So this is how the inside look like. So it's up to you whether you're gonna add a lock or a zip, because this is not a tote bag, so it's best to have this part kind of sealed. Well, thank you for watching. Hope you like this pattern as much as I do. Isn't this lovely? So do stay tuned, do subscribe to my channel. The subscribe button is over here. And I'll look forward to seeing you in my next post. Bye for now.